Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and tonight we got a Vegas night edition. We got our good man Mike, and he's going to be putting in this additive into the motor oil, and this is going to be cleaning inside the turbo, oil coking around the piston rings. We're going to be showing you how to get the best performance out of your vehicle, so go ahead and open that up, Mike. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe and go ahead and tap this notification bell. That way you'll get a little buzz on your phone when we publish a new video. Oh, and also remember to come back and see the giveaways. We do these every last Sunday of the month, and these are all the giveaways we've done on the channel. We're always giving back to the community. As I always say, I give a man a fishing pole and show him how to fish. And this is gonna help quiet sticky lifters, stuck rings, if you have basically carbon around your rings, which mineral oil burns. And so he's just gonna pop that little tab. And one of these is good for, oh, he's going for it. He was going for it. He's testing the waters. That's a good thing. Right into the motor oil, and you idle it for 15 minutes. A little gulpa gulpa.
That looks delicious.
One bottle treats about 10 quarts, 13 quarts, depending on if it's the 4-cylinder. You check it on the computer, which we're gonna show you later, on how to check the oil level.
Oh, where's our
Push in the middle and then taco.
Oh.
Push and taco.
Got it.
That's it. That's the move.
Just like Mama used to make. Excellent. Peasy lemon squeezy, as they say. Ooh, that smells nice. Smells like victory.
Putting in a diesel fuel additive that's going to clean the injectors, the valves. It's a diesel clean.
We put in 2 of these earlier, right? Though you can't put enough of this stuff in, right?
No, it's not going to hurt nothing. We actually gave them a little taste testers the other day, and this right here treats as a good heavy cleanup dose, 1 16-ounce bottle, and that goes right in the diesel. We just throw that in, and this can be ran every single tank of diesel as a maintainer. And if you didn't know, the diesel fuel nowadays is stripped of its sulfur, which is like lubricant. Like back in the old days, the old gasoline had lead in it, leaded gas, 100 octane leaded gas. So this here is going to lubricate the injectors, it's going to lubricate the fuel pump, and that's going to extend the life of the fuel pump. So now that we got our additives in, we're going to motor this sucker up, and we're going to let it idle for 15 minutes, and then we're going to be draining her down. Beautiful. Just idle for 15 minutes. There's Mike. There he is. A cracker loose. So we got our 13mm socket. And now we got our long drain bolt. That's the way Mercedes does it. They're nice and long, but it's a little extra quality. And then we got our little crush washer on there, which you always want to keep that. 1, 2, and 3. And there she blows.
Whoa.
That's what we call the Chaco waterfall.
Holy moly, look at that.
Yep.
Beautiful. You got one of these at the Bellagio, right?
Yeah. This is the one that you can dip your strawberries in.
That's right. Interesting.
Yep, and that's it right there.
Very cool.
So we're just gonna take off that filter, and we'll show you what it looks like inside. Cartridge filter. See what she looks like. So you said, Mike, about how long ago did you have this done?
Oh man.
Do you remember?
About a month.
Oh, good. So we'll see what our filter looks like.
Okay.
So this is our filter.
Yep.
You get a good close up.
Yep.
All that carbon.
Yuck.
Yucky, yucky, yucky. It's like a paste.
Yeah.
And now we're going to show you our fresh filter. So this is our Wix filter. And you can see the old filter. All the old carbon buildup is all inside here, which is where we want it.
Yep.
And now all we do is replace our couple of O-rings. We got one big O-ring here.
Got it.
Just like that. And then we got a teeny weeny little guy right here on the tip. And you just take that little guy off.
Wow.
And there she is. And if you leave this filter in for too long, this filter can actually collapse and it'll crush onto this plastic thing, and it can starve the engine of oil. So it's always good to change your filter sooner than later. And if it's your first time switching to AMSOIL, I actually recommend changing the filter at about 3,000 to 5,000 miles, not the oil.
Yep.
And then you can always come back and top it off and then refill it.
Yep.
Nice and tight, just like that. And then we just open up our little package here, just like that. Drop their fresh O-ring. Teeny weeny rubber. Same thing, it is, but it's just a lot smaller. For some, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know.
This is about right.
Don't ever assume, people. Again, same thing, just rolling on the rubbers. And now, we're gonna do my favorite thing to do right here. And it's like a little kid on Christmas, open a candy box.
Amen.
And right here, we got the 100% synthetic. And this is our Mercedes specification. And this is low SAPS, which stands for sulfur, ash, and phosphorus, and sulfated ash. And that is a emissions compliance specification. It's in tip-top shape. And if you want to extend the life of your DPF filter, you definitely want to run this. It will extend it by keeping everything cleaner.
Got it.
And the cleaner you keep your engine, the less fuel dilution you have, the less the oil thins out, and everything lasts longer. So we just open up our nice fresh gallon. And now we call this pouring honey on pancakes, the beautiful liquid gold. Look at that. Ooh, that's gorgeous.
Nice.
Just lube her up a little bit, get those threads good, and that way she slips in like butter. This is a lot of darkness.
How much more black can it be?
Yeah.
And the answer is none. None more black.
Yeah.
Spinal Tap reference from this. Wow, brother. Jedi.
Is this ever gonna end? I don't know.
I doubt it. Just it's like the Bellagio, just goes on forever. Endless chocolate. It's like Willy Wonka's.
That's the sediment from the muck of the dark sea or
Good
whatever.
Lord, look at me.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at me gunking up some carbon over here, driving around downtown Vegas.
Yeah, that's a 5-gallon jug.
Yeah,
That's
no joke. So
that's 3 gallons there, I think.
We're gonna have enough oil to put it back in this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
It's that time to pass the golden torch of honor. Some people play in the Olympics. Others play with lube. This right here is the liquid gold. There it goes, Mike. You know what to do with that stuff.
Indeed we do.
There it is. Now this here is 100% synthetic, and an oil manufacturer can actually call a full synthetic when it's only 25% synthetic. So we're putting in the real stuff. This is the stuff that is actually the very first synthetic motor oil ever made back in 1972, API certified. And we just pop her in, and if you need a pick, I got a pick right here.
I think
got the pick.
Is there a little tabber on this?
Here's the pick.
Okay, let's do that.
We'll use that. Just pop her in, whoop, and just pop her around.
I got you.
And this meets and exceeds all the major low SAPs, which stands for sulfur, ash, and phosphorus, sulfated ash. And that content, if it's in too high of an amount, it can actually have some problems with the emission system. So this meets and exceeds all the new major specs. And you got that old gulpa, gulpa, gulpa. And that's the liquid gold going in.
Boy, that sure is pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that.
So this is Mike's first time doing an oil change, I think.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's beautiful. You know what I say in the channel?
What's that?
I say I give a man a fishing pole and teach him how to fish. So if Mike is ever out in the fields and he needs to do his own oil change, he can do it.
Amen to that, brother. Look at that. Would do wonders on my liver too, like we talked about too, right?
Oh yeah, yep. It's gonna
Awesome.
clean up that liver. So
Yeah.
now we're putting in our second gallon.
Okay.
And I always recommend getting a couple extra quarts. That way you can always have a couple extra for top off over the oil change interval. And I also recommend oil analysis. You don't need to change this stuff as often as you think. This oil is probably good for 15 to 30,000 miles, but you always want to do oil analysis and you want to change your oil filter. Always change your filter.
Oh, pick.
Yep, the pick's right there. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're
Sit
good.
down there, Mike. I forgot about that.
They're all good, brother.
And the filters can collapse, so always change your filter sooner than later. And if you want to be 100% with your vehicle, always do the oil analysis. Make sure you don't have a lot of fuel dilution, a lot of wear metals, and you can continue to run this oil. And I think Mike was saying the OEM on this is like 20,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times the AMSOIL is good for double that. So, but like I said, always do your oil analysis. That way you know you're doing the right thing for your motor. And I actually have an oil analysis on my car where I do 15,500 miles. And that's on the synthetic oil protection machine. And that's all city driving. So that's about equivalent to around 30,000 highway miles. So that's our second gallon.
Butter in the coffee.
So this is a super righteous night edition, or should I say morning, 2:20 in the morning.
Yeah.
And yeah. So how's she running, Mike?
Feeling good, sounding good, vibing good. I feel like it's got a nice, I feel like he's purring like a kitten.
Wow.
So far, that's for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah, are you feeling that? I feel.
Oh yeah.
My stuff it's a noisy interior of a van, so pay no attention to all
This is the work truck.
my junk in the back.
Right?
Yeah,
The work truck.
It is my work truck for sure. Out on the road.
So how many miles are on this thing?
Oh God, good question. Let's see, is it? How do I do this? We're at 82,000.
All right, 82,000.
Yeah, should be more, believe it or not. But I took two tours off of COVID. But I usually put on, I go across the country in a big circle
Wow.
for about 4 months every year.
Nice.
And these things, so I definitely put the miles on these bad dogs.
So what do you do out there in the open roads?
I'm a traveling one-man band with an instrument I invented out of pipes and strings and triggers and things. And yeah, I stay busy. Yeah, it's fun. Beats digging ditches. Kinda.
I love it. Hey, what is the name of that band?
That one guy
I love it.
with the numeral 1.
I love it.
That
That's
one guy.
awesome.
That one guy in the magic pipe, as they say.
So what's your favorite, we can make a left here.
Yep.
What is your favorite work truck you've ever had so far? Which one do you like?
Oh, definitely the Sprinter, the Mercedes
Wow.
Sprinter. Yeah, I mean it's a big dog. It's big. It's parallel parking is a thing. Hitting curbs on the old left turns is a bit, and right turns is a thing. But I'll tell you, standing up, I can stand up straight in the back. Normally, it's an ugly setup right now, but I have my whole green screen and I have my whole recording studio and broadcast studio in the back of this thing. And I do my Monday night broadcasts, and I usually never miss a Monday, even out on the road. I find a good little parking spot. Yep. And I set up and I do wireless internet, but then I have a whole 4-camera, multi-psychedelic layered shoot that we do. And so I really get a lot of mileage out of this truck. And this is my second Sprinter. First one was doing great until I hit that elk in St. Louis, Missouri, outside of St. Louis, Missouri in 2019. But yeah, this thing has been pretty good. 2019, yeah, I had a 2015 to 2019, 2019 to 2023. I think we could, with the AMSOIL, maybe we run this bad dog for 1 million miles. What do you say?
I say we do it, Mike.
I say we do it, brother.
I say we do it.
I'm game if you are.
We can keep that DPF crispy clean.
Yeah.
And so we went about a whole 0.77 mile. What would you say the biggest difference is?
Biggest difference in terms of the way it's feeling?
Yeah.
I mean, so far smooth and quiet for sure. It's a very consistent engine, but it definitely was a little more it was definitely noisier for sure. I'm trying to describe the kind of noise, that the sort of pitter patter. It's definitely smooth. I mean, let me roll my window down again. Wow, it's like right now I'm not even hearing it.
Can you feel it running? I can barely feel it vibrating.
I can barely feel it running, yeah. That is really something, man, I gotta say. Wow.
Is it running? It's running.
You know, it's running. I mean, usually it's...
Does this have start-stop feature on it?
Start-stop?
Where it at lights it conks out?
No.
Oh, all right.
No, it's not one of those. Do they do that with diesels?
I don't know if they do that with diesels.
I've not seen that. Definitely not on the Sprinters, unless that's on a new... Maybe it's on the 2022s or 3s. I don't think so, though. This is definitely a different machine than my 2015, without a doubt. I mean, it's a different... Well, it does have that DEF thing, which is a pain in the tuchus.
But if you don't burn oil, which this oil can burn at about half the rate of the best Mobil 1, and there's actually analytics on that if you want to see that down in the performance section down below.
Yep.
You'll see all those, all that, tech stuff.
Yep.
If you're into it. Now we're going to grab a little cappuccino over here at Madhouse Coffee, one of our favorite spots here in Vegas. And there's
the dojo.
Yeah, the dojo. And there's the strip down there. There's the beautiful Las Vegas Strip from the sky-high view.
I don't know if you noticed, they're keeping the Sphere on until like 3 in the morning now, or 4 in the morning. Have you noticed?
Wow. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's just September 1st that started. They have all new content on the Sphere, and they were shutting it off at 11 p.m. with the moon. And now I drove by it the other night at 3 a.m. and it was still up. And
wow.
Yeah, it's cool. And then they're starting the concerts on the inside at the end of the month. Not that they need an advertisement from us, but not that U2 needs us to promote them. If they could put in a good word for me, I'd sure appreciate it.
Yeah, that'd be fun to see you performing inside that thing.
Oh man, it'd be the best. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be a gas? Let's see, man, I have not been here in a minute. I was an everyday, all day guy down here at the old dojo when I was finishing my deck of cards at my work.
I love it. All right, we're gonna get some coffee and we'll be back to check that oil. Mike's gonna show you how to check the oil level on this little angel.
Should I go back?
Yeah, go back.
All
Let's
right,
show him exactly how to do it.
It took me forever to figure out this little joystick, and it's barely a joystick. They call it a joystick, but it's literally a button, but it's super sensitive this way. See how I'm scrolling this way, scrolling this way? This is a weird-ass thing to get used to. So we go all the way over to service, so you go all the way to the left, and you hit the home button to get there, and then you click it, and you get these little menus, and you go up and down with this little joystick thing. And you just look at it's got all the levels. Your tires, coolant, engine oil level, and then you click that, okay, and there we go.
Perfect.
And it says engine oil level, okay, right in the middle.
Yep.
So if I would have put in that whole rest of that at one, where do you think it would be right now?
Well, it takes about a half hour for it to update.
Oh, to rewrite. Oh, this is the old, okay, I understand.
Yep, you have to drive it and let it circulate.
Got it.
And one big bomb scare caution. You don't ever want to overfill your oil, because if you're on a steep incline, it can actually burn oil and go out your exhaust.
Oops.
And it can actually clog up your emission systems.
No dice.
So always important to just always be cautious with that, and take your time, always underfill it and then bring it up to level. And what else should we add? We'll do the final closing notes.
Sure.
So Mike.
Yes, sir.
What's the whole feel of everything? Man,
it's like I've been reborn. I was telling you earlier, we're doing a liver cleanse and we're doing a diesel engine cleanse, and we're rebranded and we're going forward, and we're humming like a kitten now.
I love it.
This thing is beautiful, and yeah, I mean, I'm about to do some big drives and big touring coming up. and you gotta have everything working properly. You know, you got to get your blood pressure right and get your oil level right, man. That's what we're working on. Yep.
And how many miles are we at?
Let's go back with our little joystick here. Oops. Let's go back to trip. Hold on. There we go. Trip, and you hit the button. I'm at 82,312 miles total. And so we were going to change the oil filter again.
Yep.
In 3,000 miles, just because, as Eben explained, we're cleansing this thing. So we're only changing the filter because we're working all the gunk out of it. This is a 3-day power fast that we're doing for our circulatory system here and our lymphatic system.
Sweet.
And so I gotta somehow make notes, and I'm gonna come back and hang out with you at what, 85?
Yep.
85.3.
Yeah, we can do 3 or 5,000. Anywhere in there is good, and that'll just kind of cleanse it out.
Yep.
And then you just run 1 bottle of that fuel additive as a maintaining dose.
For reals.
And that keeps the fuel system clean, keeps the injectors, and you make better power, better fuel mileage. And any closing notes? Anything else?
No, man. I'm just like I said. This is what an awakening this is for me. I wish I would have done this before my first tour. That I just did a 4-month tour, and I really put this thing through its paces. And I mean, all kinds of weather, all kinds of temperatures, all kinds of altitudes, all kinds of insane stresses going through mountains and prairies and Boston and New York and Florida and St. Louis, and dodging the elk and the deer out there in the woods that took out my last Sprinter van, RIP. But man, now I know. So and we're gonna try to get 1 million out of this bad dog. That's the goal, right?
We'll do 1 million.
1 million miles out of this bad thing.
All right, we're back with Mike after, man, how long has it been, Mike?
We did the change Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah.
When was that? 2 weeks ago?
Nice.
Yeah.
And so tell us, you had this drive down somewhere.
I had an epiphany. It was an experience. It was a holistic oil change, mind, body, and soul for me, which we've talked about. If anybody's interested, they could ask us.
All right.
Where the van's concerned, we did the full flush, and we did the with all the additives. And how many additives did we put in?
We put 2 bottles of the Injector Clean plus Cetane Boost, the green bottles.
Right. So that went into the gas tank, right?
16-ounce bottles. Yep.
That went into so I was at about 3/4 of a tank, and I was about to drive down to LA the next day, visit family, and you told me fill it all the way up. So it's all the way up, so it ratios out with the additive, and that's what I did. The next day I woke up and I drove to LA, and I made it there on half a tank of gas.
Wow.
Of diesel, and that's no joke. And I wasn't expecting that. And usually takes me, I'd say, almost a full tank to get down there. Probably.
Wow.
I'm probably get down there and I have like an 1/8 left or something like that.
And what type of speed do you average with this thing usually?
This one I've been going faster because my other Sprinter van had a governor at 81. I push it on this one, although I've been trying to chill out a little bit. But I bet you I average 85,
wow.
80 maybe.
Wow.
Did I? It took me. Waze took me this other way where you go around the mountain to Palmdale, and you can't drive too fast there because it's a 2-way road with the stoplights. But yeah, I cruised. The first 3/4 out on the desert. We throttled that bad boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Mike.
Thanks, brother. Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for sharing with
I'm a believer. I'm a believer. You know how skeptical I was.
Yeah.
We ordered that stuff months ago, and how long did it take me to finally do it?
Yeah, it took him a while to come around.
Took me a while, yeah.
But he did, and that's all that counts.
That's right. All it took was my liver cleanse to go, you know what? Let's do the van now.
I love it. I want you to check out this video in the middle. That's on all the stuff that you need to learn about DPF filters, which I never knew about.
Right on.
I never knew about DPF filters my whole life. I didn't even know what it was. A diesel particulate filter, and then a DOC and all this other stuff. This guy, that's all he does is clean these things. So check out this video here and subscribe right there. You'll be able to come back and learn all about getting your vehicles to run longer and stronger. That's what we do on the channel. So we'll see you back next time right here on Synthetic Oil Protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.